Hey, good morning. This is Oval's Fish Room. I have just spent all day yesterday moving some tanks around in my room. Boy, that's a lot of work. Uh, Obviously, you can't move them while they're full of water. So this is a rack. It's still got the 15 on the bottom, but it's a one of the old-fashioned metal racks. And this is a 20 high. It had a 15. I kept calling it a 20, but it wasn't. It was only 20 inches wide. Uh, but it was a 15 high, and which fit this rack. This I actually found at somebody dropped it at Pet Supermarket, and none of the other people working there wanted it, so they told me about it, and I brought it home, cleaned it up, and anyway, the problem is I didn't really have the room for it. This is 24 inches wide. Uh, what I did is I went to Home Depot. I know you can't see it, but there's a 24 inch by 12 board. Believe it or not, I think it's by Rubbermaid. I think you can get it in white too, but this one's black. It's at Home Depot. How much was it? 10.98. So I put this, had to, of course, move the other tank, but put this underneath this so it sticks out a couple inches on each side of the rack. I know you can't really see that, but anyway. Uh, but I've been wanting to move the other tank for a long time. Basically, what I did, I'm going to tell you what's in this first. This is basically the 10-gallon was replaced. I'm not using that anymore. And the fish from that, which are the 9 silver tip tetras, were moved to this, as well as you see a little school back there. That is the 15 dwarf Cory cats that were in the little 2.5. I put them in here. They are all over the place. There's a couple over here and several back there, as you saw in that little school. They are just adorable. I love these things. The difference in this Cory cat and the traditional or larger version, because these don't get more than an inch, the larger version doesn't do this. They stay on the bottom. This one, of course, feeds off the bottom, but when they swim around in groups, this is what they do. They go about the middle and move around the tank. They were just moved this morning. So this is my new setup. Some of the things were taken out of the 10 to put in here, but other things were taken out of my 75 to put in here. A lot of wood. I worked quite a bit on this, but I'm pretty happy with it. The hard part is trying not to make it look like a jumbled mess, but at the same time, I do like all the wood because it gives the fish places to hide. You can see it's shadowy under there. There's so much wood back there that it's like caves, and if they want to chase each other, they can't go too far in a straight line. So I like that, and I think the fish do as well. I was hoping that little school of Cory cats were going to come around the backside of that rock, but they're taking their time. Anyway, okay, I'm very happy with that. I don't know if you remember, but this cabinet with the little 2.5 with the what's it got in it? It's got the bumblebee gobies. It's got 3 sparkling grommies, which are dwarfs, stay very small, and 3 of the emerald rasboras, which also stay less than an inch. And that was moved to the right side of this tank. It was over a little too much in front of my closet here. And that's why I had to take most of the water out of these two so I could drag this rack over to the left quite a bit. And I just think it looks a whole lot better, and I like the cabinet over on this side as well. That little tank, I may not have that set up always, but right now it's fine where it is. And anyway, I'll just do a quick scan over here. This is the 20 long. Now you have seen that. Not much has changed there. Of course, the plants are growing, and I think just looks spectacular. I'm quite pleased with it. I'm going to try to move along here. This is the 15 high. I mean, it's skinny from front to back, but holy cow, it looks like a TV. It's just huge. It's like 20 inches tall, 10 back. It's the same footprint. The bottom dimensions are the same as a 10. It's 20 inches long from side to side, 10 back, and 12 high for a normal 10, but this goes up to 20, or excuse me, 18, I'm sorry. Now this has been reset up. This was moved from that rack over here. That threw my back out, I tell you. Anyway, trying to grab a tank this size. There's a lot of weight there, even with 50% of the water taken out. Any rate, I have fooled with this all night to get this just right. I had too much wood in here. I moved all the wood over to the tank you just saw. It is a 20 high, as I said. Still got some wood, of course, but mostly showing the rocks and the Pristella tetras. Sorry about that. Are coming out much more now that I've given them some swimming room. So they seem to be pretty happy. I'm happy with what I've done here with moving the rocks around, putting some wood here and there with plants. Quite pleased with that. Anyway, but this is on the rack over here now where the 10 was. That's one of the 10 columns. That's got the two angelfish that are getting along beautifully. These both marbles. I just love them to death there. Yeah, they've gotten to know who I am and what I put in the top of the tank. Anyway, that's their tank. Very pleased with that. You've seen this before, but here's the row of column tanks. This has got, I don't see them right now, but it's got the red and blue, there he is up top. Red and blue crown-tail betta. His coloring is changing a little bit. It's kind of strange, but it was beautiful though. I took this out and scrubbed it. And moved it from somewhere else to over here. So I just kind of changed this up a little bit. That's mainly his tank. It does have two coolie loaches. It does have two full-size cory cats, and of course two auto sinkless. Okay, this. I'm not sure if the little girl's out and about right now. I need to move it. Huh. Okay. Well, she was out earlier. This is where the little blue girl lives. The blue betta that's absolutely huge. There she is in the back there. Up top. She's immense. She's a big girl. Okay, she doesn't want to come out and see you today. Okay, this is, I'm still enjoying this. This little cavian there. Crypts in the ground over here, Anubias on everything. I just love that. I just take glue and glue this stuff right to the structure or the wood or the rocks or whatever. And this is the another column 10. I don't think I've changed this much. It's got 12 or maybe 14 white skirt tetras. This, I had moved the little blue girl. Well, she's a smaller blue girl. She's a dark blue, if she would come out. Oh, there she is, right there. She's much smaller than the other one, but she is also a crown tail, little blue crown tail. I've changed out the wood in here, moved the rocks about a bit. It's got a little cave back there for her. She can also come out from either side of that rock toward the back. I'm really enjoying that. And she was in the little 2.5, and so she got a bigger tank. She got an upgrade. That's what it was. Okay, now this is where the I've cleaned this and re-scaped it a little bit this morning. Uh, it has nothing in it right now. This is a little grouping of Java fern that I simply glue to a rock whenever I get a few babies that the leaves of the Java fern adults put out. I'll put them in a little container and wait till I have enough, and then I'll glue them with super glue. Now you have to gel. I mean, make that clear. Super glue gel for gluing things to rocks and wood. Anyway, nice piece of anubias on wood, or nice anubias on a piece of wood, I should say. Anyway, I took a lot of the rocks out. Well, I took all the rocks out and cleaned it after I took before I took the, this is where the little dwarf cory cats were. And so they got taken out, and everything got taken out, and they were moved to that other tank that you just saw, the new big one. And I am just thrilled to death. This is, we're going to do a quick scan here of the big tank, which has a lot of tannic acid in it. This is the big platinum girl. This is a new angel that was at Pet Supermarket for quite some time. There was a pair, but they're almost $20 a piece. I just couldn't bring myself to buy them, and then somebody came in and just bought one, and they were a pair. I mean, I wouldn't do that. That's why I couldn't afford the 40, because that's how I like to buy things. If they're getting along and they're a pair, anyway, the mean girl is to the left, and they're getting along well. She was the one over in this tank that the little blue Betta's in now, but she got put over here when I decided to move the blue one there, and well, she's kind of disappeared here. But anyway, she and the new angel are getting along well. Platinum girl is just gorgeous and huge. Her partner died. Anyway, they don't get along beautifully, but they've kind of got a pecking order where the big girl is in control, and but she's nice. She doesn't bother anybody. She just doesn't want to be picked on either. So that's the new one. He kind of, tempts fate every now and then. Okay, I'm going to go back and end with the new tank, because I tell you what, I worked on this almost all night. I mean, I got up and about wore me out yesterday, because I was moving tanks around, and you know what that's like. Anyway, and I got through, but then I just crashed, and then I woke up in the middle of the night and just said I got to finish this. Had the fish in it, but I've just redone a lot of the, there's that little school, a lot of the wood, a lot of the tanks. Are they cute? This is the dwarf or pygmy cory cats. They just have a little different attitude and lifestyle than the big cory cats. They're also cheaper. These are what, $2.69 a piece. They are small. They stay small. That's why I had them in the 2.5, because they just don't, I mean, I think they're happy as the dickens in here, but they're grouping together because it's got the silver tip tetras, and they're not sure what else is in there that might bother them. So they're staying together for a while. But that's okay. They've only been in here literally for a couple hours. So that is that. So I'm going to call it quits. This is Ogle's Fish Room signing off. I hope you all enjoyed my update. And please take care of yourself, and I hope you have a wonderful Friday. Thanks again for everything. Bye-bye.